In our daily lives, whether at home or at school, we all use water when we use things like sinks, toilets, showers and bathtubs, washing machines, dishwashers, and garbage disposals. Places of business and recreation also use water in ways that make it dirty. What happens to all that dirty water? It gets recycled, but first it must be collected and purified before it can be safely released by WCCD into a creek and restored to the environment. This is a requirement of the Environmental Protection Agency and IDEM, which is regulated by permit. West Central Conservancy District currently purifies 3.2 million gallons of wastewater each day. That's enough wastewater to fill 6 Olympic swimming pools. So how does the dirty water get to the treatment plant? Well, the dirty water, or raw wastewater, is collected from individual homes and businesses and is transported through a maze of pipes called sewer mains to a treatment plant where it is purified. This cost is reflected in your monthly sewer bill. The West Central Conservancy District has over 200 miles of sewer mains which are installed underground, hidden from view. We keep track of them with our GIS, or Geographic Information System. This is a huge database that shows all sanitary sewer locations in a 25,000-acre area. Whenever possible, sewer mains are sloped downhill so the wastewater can flow by gravity. These sewer pipes are called gravity mains. Sometimes it is necessary to move the water uphill. Pumps located at places called lift stations lift the wastewater and push it through pipes called force mains. Purifying of the wastewater begins when the raw wastewater finally reaches the treatment plant after traveling through the system of gravity mains, pumps, and force mains. At the wastewater treatment plant, WCCD uses the most cost-effective, environmentally safe, and healthful scientific processes to remove pollution from the wastewater. Highly trained and certified operators run the equipment, conduct laboratory tests, and make adjustments to the treatment operation to ensure the pollution is properly removed. The plant runs around the clock every day of the year. When operators are at home, computers help them keep track of the processes by calling their cell phones if a problem occurs. These dedicated operators are always on call to take care of the plant. Raw wastewater entering the treatment plant is called influent. Influent first goes through a process called preliminary treatment. This process removes large debris like plastics and paper by simply screening it from the wastewater like a sieve. This debris is disposed of at a sanitary landfill. After screening, the wastewater is sent to the next step called secondary treatment to remove most of the remaining pollution. West Central's facility has an oxidation ditch and 2 final clarifiers for secondary treatment. This provides an environment for rapid biological treatment. The treatment basins West Central uses are called sequencing batch reactors, or SBRs, because the treatment steps happen in a specific order or sequence. West Central has several SBRs, so the flow of wastewater is never stopped. Here, microorganisms of all types use the organic material in the raw wastewater as food to grow and reproduce. By removing this organic material from the raw wastewater, it is being made cleaner for the next step of the process. Only 2 things are required for the microorganisms, or bugs as they are sometimes called, to be healthy and multiply: an abundant food source and oxygen. The pollution provides the food and the operators provide the oxygen by stirring in air with large mixers. As the bugs do the work of cleaning the wastewater, a part of the mixture of bugs and water, called mixed liquor, is being sent to circular tanks called final clarifiers. In the final clarifiers, heavier solids settle to the bottom of the tank, leaving clear water at the top. The bugs are either returned to the oxidation ditch or removed from the process for disposal. The clear water that flows from the top of the clarifiers is sent to the 3rd and final step called disinfection. In the react stage, the bugs consume the pollutants while air is added and mixed. In the settling stage, the air and mixers are turned off so the bugs can settle to the bottom and the clean water can rise to the surface. The purpose of disinfection is to kill any disease-causing bacteria and viruses that remain in the wastewater after secondary treatment. First is the fill stage, when screened wastewater is fed into a tank already containing a population of bugs. Finally, in the decant stage, the clean water is skimmed, or decanted, from the top of the tank while the bug population remains at the bottom. The cycle then repeats, starting with another fill stage. The wastewater is circulated around high-intensity lamps that emit ultraviolet radiation, or UV light. When bacteria in the water are exposed to UV light, they are damaged, so they are unable to grow and reproduce. Ultimately, they die. Following disinfection, the water, or final effluent, is released into White Lick Creek. The disinfected water is actually cleaner than the creek water it is restored to. Remember those bugs who ate the pollutants in the wastewater? Because they are always eating, their population grows until there are too many. We send the extras to another tank called a digester, where they are kept until they essentially starve to death. The dead cell bodies, called biosolids, are sent to a thickening tank where some of the remaining water is removed, and then to the centrifuges that use centrifugal force to separate the water from the solids. The water is then sent back through the plant for treatment. Class B biosolids are then taken to the local landfill, where they become part of the landfill's green initiative. The people of the West Central Conservancy District are proud of the work we do to remove pollution from the water we all have used. By collecting and purifying the used water, we make it clean enough to safely restore it to the environment. In a real sense, we recycle water.